Hi, I'm Simon Hill and you're watching Purebred Reds Adelaide United Fan TV.
Are you after the latest and greatest football kits, boots, goalkeeper gear, teamwear, accessories or equipment? Look no further than South Australia's very own soccer specialty store, Soccer Locker. An Australian owned and operated business, the store is located at Shop 5 of 181 to 183 Grange Road, Findon. Founded in 2012, Soccer Locker was introduced into the market to fulfill all the soccer-related needs of Australians, providing a huge range of quality clothing and equipment ranging from soccer balls, team kits, goalkeeper gear, accessories and much more. As well as stocking all current football merch from your favourite overseas teams, recently arrived stock also includes stunning retro kits from some of our favourite past eras as fans of the world game. So get shopping now at our Findon store, open from Monday to Friday and open Saturdays from 9am to 3pm. Or visit us online and take advantage of free shipping from across Australia at soccerlocker.com.au.
Standing here with Jules Schiller after the massive result against Melbourne Victory tonight, 1-0 win. Jules Schiller, you've covered plenty of football across your career. Where does this game rank? Obviously, probably not the greatest one against Victory, despite the result, but good to get a win after that result against Perth Glory on Wednesday night.
Yeah, look, I've sat through 2 losing grand finals against Victory. 05 was it? Ross Aloisi sent off. 07. So any victory against the ironically named Victory is awesome. So look, it should have been 3, should have been 4, but 1 is good because we gave them a bit of hope towards the end and then we broke their hearts. So look, I really like the game, despite the fact I'm in a white linen shirt. Because I got invited. I was with Bruce Djite actually throughout the game.
Wonderful.
Yeah, getting his blow by blow.
He's doing some whining and dining for once, is he?
He is, yeah. And obviously they're pretty desperate if they're getting B-League,
not at all.
B-League people involved. But yeah, no, look, it was a great victory. You know, it's really good. I mean, Melbourne Victory, Robbie Cruz and Rajas and all, they're good players. So I think we did really well.
Yeah, Carl Baird deserves some credit. Obviously put a lot of faith in a lot of the players after that result against Perth. A lot of people calling, including myself, to be fair, for him to swap one of the centre-backs out. But he deserves credit tonight, given the clean sheet that we kept.
Oh, definitely. I mean, Toure was fantastic. Tommy Uric, I mean, he's obviously coming back getting match fit, but he was great at holding up play. Look, I mean, pretty difficult conditions tonight, and we played right to the end. You know, Melbourne Victory looked tired, so yeah, look, there's a lot of good signs. You know, obviously we need to finish a little bit better. I mean, Toure's so quick, isn't he? He just gets into the box. It's just that finishing ability that he needs, and that's not going to be too far away.
You've covered the game extensively with ABC and numerous other mediums. What's your opinion about where the game's at the moment? Obviously, it's an interesting time, but like I said, you've overseen some great calls over the years. Tell us what your thoughts are on everything.
Look, I mean, there's a lot of uncertainty with Fox Sports at the moment. I mean, I've worked at Fox Sports and they've got a long tradition with Fox Sports, but what happens at the end of the season, I don't know. Does the A-League go to Optus? You know, align with other leagues, especially the Premier League, would be a good idea. Does it go to Stan? But it needs a solid media partner, doesn't it? And it needs people like you and like me to get behind the game. There's so many great personalities involved in the A-League, and it needs a bit of love, you know, because football's not going anywhere. It's a global game. It's a game that, what do we have, like 9,000 people tonight?
Would have been a lot more if the weather was
on a 38-degree night. It's not going anywhere. So we just, you know, people need to get behind it, and it needs a stable media partner, I think. And look, personally, I think that's going to be a streaming platform or an Optus. But yeah, that's what the A-League needs.
You've worked out of many stadia across your career of being a sports broadcaster. Where does Cooper Stadium rank?
Oh, look, I mean, when the A-League started, I was every week at the Snake Pit. And people call me up on the ABC and go, hey, it's Pete from the Snake Pit, as if I know them. The Snake Pit has been some of my best experiences ever in sport. I remember when Harry Kuehl was asking for a percentage of the ticket sales when he played. And there was a guy at the Snake Pit. Harry Kuehl was taking a throw, and a guy pulled out a $5 note and actually said, Harry, just take my money directly. And I generally love Cooper Stadium, I have to say. I mean, Amy Stadium's good. Any stadium's good when it's full. But, you know, for a home and away game, which is the majority of experiences that fans have, this is probably the best.
Beautiful. And how far can this team go this year, Jules?
There's so much uncertainty about this year, isn't there? Because, I mean, we can kind of say, played really well tonight, you know, we're doing well. But, you know, border closures, hubs, I mean, what I would like to be able to give you a prediction, but you know, every win you bank, and then you kind of see what the next few weeks hold, don't
Are
you?
you feeling finals?
Look, I always feel finals, you know. And look, I think, you know, we've got the stability of the team. We've got good management. You know, I think a local coach, Carl Viet, you just see the passion that he has on the sidelines.
Definitely.
You don't see that. And the club is out at all the high schools, all the primary schools. You know, they're doing what, I think having a local coach, they're doing what local coaches do, which is to really mesh the team with the community. So I think it's a great stability the team has this year, and let's hope that gets us to finals.
Beautifully spoken, Jules Schiller. This is royalty for a fan cam, our most famous
Royalty.
one
Yeah.
by a long way, mate. You enjoy the rest of your night and
Thank
enjoy
you.
the rest of the season, and hopefully we run into again.
Yeah, and keep doing what you're doing. I mean, this is what promotes the league. This is what I've been doing, what you're doing. I think it's fantastic. Good on you guys.
Good on you, mate. All the best.
Thank you.
Standing here with Reese after the 1-0 win against Melbourne Victory. Strange times that we're in, but good to get back on the winners list tonight. Reese?
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get these days. 5-3, 1-0. I'll take it.
Who stood out?
Mo. Yeah, no one else, to be honest. Yeah, he was exceptional. Exceptional.
Why do you think we were able to play through Victory so often tonight? Was it all just Mohamed Toure? Because, I mean, surely it takes more than just one player to inspire an entire team to overrun a team that smelt the poor form we were in and really should have capitalised.
Yeah, I think we were good. They were pretty average. They didn't seem to have they kind of lacked a focal point. They got into the box a lot. They probably got into the box more than we did.
Do you put it down to Djite going off so early?
Perhaps, yeah. I don't think we've seen the best from him, but it's hard to say. You know, we've seen a lot of foreigners come to the A-League and miss fire, so it's hard to say. You know, he could have been on the pitch and missed a lot, or not got on the end of anything either, but definitely when he went off, they lacked a focal point. I'll say that.
I mean, we saw Javi Lopez make his debut tonight. Who do you still want to see more out of from this team?
That's a great question. I'd like to see Javi Lopez in midfield. He definitely, you know, with that level of experience and that level of ability, I think you've got to have him in a position where he can influence the game. So I'd be excited to see him in midfield. I thought Noah Smith probably didn't have his best game. He's only young, but, you know, that's a problem position we've had for a long time. So if he can continue to kind of elevate his performances, that's a huge asset for us.
How good is Tommy Juric?
He's very good. He's very good. I mean, I don't want to be too critical, but you know, we've lacked goals for a long time. As long as I've been speaking to you guys, purebred Reds, we've lacked goals. So he's obviously very good, but we just need goals. So I hope he's the answer to that question, basically.
How can Carl tinker with this team a little bit more? You saw Johnny Yale come on against Perth Glory in that midfield. He's satisfied with how the midfield was tonight. Obviously, we know we need Mork back, but in between now and when he does return, and we don't know that he'll be back for Brisbane Roar in a week's time.
Yeah.
What can Carl Viet do with this team?
Yeah, I'm not fully. I don't know how comfortable I am with the current centre back partnership, but I mean, it's hard to say that after a clean sheet tonight. So, to be honest, I don't really know. I think we're kind of sport for choice in that we've got maybe 4 or 5 guys that can come off the bench that are all first team quality, which is pretty lucky. Maybe beyond that kind of 5 on the bench, it kind of drops off a bit. But you know, there's a lot of A-League clubs that don't have that kind of depth. I don't know. That's a pretty on the fence kind of answer.
8,000 tonight, obviously not the figure we wanted, but considering the weather, good that we got some people here, 40-degree day. Yeah, is that kind of really disappointing? Is that the one dampener for the night?
Yeah, I mean, COVID and the weather. For me, it's still Victory at home, and you know, I mean, for me and for you and for our mate George and the people we came with, we're never going to miss this game. 40 degrees, 50 degrees, you know what I mean? So it kind of, it's a good indicator that there's 8,000 people here that are purebred Reds, if you will. You know, that are Adelaide United fans through and through that are never going to miss a Victory game, regardless of a heat or global pandemic. So that, in a sense, that's encouraging. You kind of, sure, like, you know, all things considered, weather and non-global pandemic, we're probably getting a sellout. But yeah, you take the good with the bad on that one, I think.
And just finally, how far can we go this season?
I don't know. We could lose. We could concede 5 goals again next week. So
Well, what's your prediction from this point on?
I think we'll make finals.
And let me remind you, you've made some good predictions.
I think we'll make finals. I think we'll. All right, how's this? I'm just going to put it all on the line right now. I think we'll come 4th, and we won't make a grand final. But we'll cause some problems.
Well done tonight, Reese.
Thanks, mate.
All the best.
Cheers.
Standing here with Angelo after the 1-0 win against Melbourne Victory. Mate, did you expect us to come out of the blocks and beat Melbourne so easily after last Wednesday night against Perth?
I did, brother. I did. I was expecting 3-0, but that's okay. We'll take a 1-0 win. Every game's important, so, you know, even a 1-0 win would do on the night.
Who stood out for you tonight, mate?
Mohamed Toure.
Mohamed Toure?
No.
Yeah.
He's a very enthusiastic young player, and he's shown a lot of promise tonight. And unfortunately, the way he went off wasn't what we wanted. But Mo stood out. So good on him. He's a fantastic young kid.
Big judgment call from Carl Viet not to change his 2 centre-backs tonight, and they kept a clean sheet.
Yeah.
He deserves some credit there.
Yeah, I watched the midweek game against Perth Glory. I saw we were very average. We didn't come to play. So I saw Viet. He trusts his players, and that's what the squad wants. So for him to back him and for them to respond, very, very fantastic effort on the night.
Standing here with Adam after the win over Melbourne Victory tonight, massive 1-0 win. Were you expecting it to be as simple as it was tonight, mate?
Nah, I was expecting a hard game, but the boys played well and they, got the win. So
After the game against Perth Glory,
Yep.
were you expecting Carl Viet to make a number of changes? He seemed to put faith in most of the players tonight.
yeah, and good that he gave the younger guys a go, starting Mohamed Toure and stuff, so it was good.
How far can Mohamed Toure go? We know he's obviously got a brother that's waiting to come back as well.
Yep.
A lot of young players making inroads in this team. What do you think his ceiling is?
Look, he works hard at the ball, so, he keeps going, he doesn't give up, and I think he'll make it far, so.
Are we making it a bit of a habit to beat Victory here quite comfortably at Cooper Stadium? It's been a few games in a row now. Are you are you finding some voice now about this game?
Yeah, I think so. Like, the atmosphere and the boys, the Red Army, they bring it in for the boys, so yeah, it's good.
And what are your expectations for the rest of the season? How far do you think this team can go?
Look, I think they can do pretty well. If they keep playing as hard as they did and keep fighting, they can go far.
Like semi-finals, final?
Yeah, hopefully. We'll see what happens.
No worries. Take care, mate. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Thanks, guys.